DarkArmedAlliance, and today I'm going to be doing another debut deck profile. And today is going to be Raidraptors. I've been super excited to play these. They kind of remind me of Blackwings a little bit, and you guys know how I love Wing Beast and Bird archetypes. Especially cards that look like almost mechanical Blackwings, I guess-ish. But whatever, they're mechanical birds, and I love them. Especially because of Ultimate Falcon, and without further ado, let's get into my Ultimate Falcon Turbo. So, first off, I'm playing 3 copies of Tribute Lanius, because to be honest with you, I want to see this as quickly as I can. With 3 Tribute Laniuses, I'm going to see either this or Lastrix, and I want to get Lastrix as quickly as possible. So what you do is you normal summon this, and then you can send 1 Raidraptor monster to the graveyard. So it's essentially a Foolish Burial. And you'll send Mimicry Lanius, and once you send Mimicry Lanius, which I'll show in just a minute, you can banish Mimicry Lanius to add from your deck to your hand 1 Raidraptor monster. But also, if this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard during your main phase 2, you can add a Rank Up Magic Quick Play spell card to from your deck to your hand, which the only one that I play in this deck is Doom Double, because I personally think that Blaze Falcon is a piece of shit. Personally, you guys might like Blaze Falcon, don't take offense. I just don't like Blaze Falcon because it's only got 1,000 attack. Then I play 1 copy of Sharp Lanius. I really don't like him. I know he's a 17 beater, but I'm really considering dropping him to play Pain Lanius. I ordered some Pain Laniuses and they're coming in the mail, but I haven't quite got them yet. So for now, I'm playing Sharp Lanius. His effect is that once per turn, you can target 1 monster on the field and change it to defense position if it's an attack position. And during your main phase 1, if this card attacked, you can target 1 Raidraptor monster in your graveyard and special summon it. I'm playing it kind of for the name, but I really don't like it. I usually allure this away. Then I'm playing 3 copies of Vanishing Lanius. Vanishing Lanius essentially gives you an additional normal summon. If it was normal or special summoned, you can special summon 1 Raidraptor level 4 lower monster from your hand. So essentially sets up for your it sets up for Lastrix, which I love going into Lastrix, but I like going into Ultimate Falcon more. So I like this card, but I like Lastrix more. Lastrix is in Bay. Then I play 3 copies of Mimicry Lanius. Like I said earlier, you can change the level of your Raidraptor monsters by increasing them by 1 level, but you really don't do that all that much. This guy never really sees the field. He always just sees the graveyard, because if he's in the graveyard, you can banish him and add a Raidraptor to your hand. So you don't really normal summon Mimicry, unless that's all you have and you're about to overlay into a 4 with it. Which usually you'll have this if you're going to do so. I love this card, and this is probably next to Tribute, or not next to Tribute Lanius. Next to Lastrix, this is probably my favorite card. This is probably my favorite Lanius, is Fuzzy Lanius, because it's called Fuzzy, and it's mechanical, and that doesn't make sense why it'd be fuzzy. But you can, if you control a Raidraptor monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if it's in your graveyard, or sent to the graveyard, even if it's detached, you can add another one to your hand. So it sets up for the next turn to you, like if you detach this off of Lastrix, and you search, say, Tribute Lanius, or something like that, and you haven't normal summoned yet, you can normal summon your Tribute Lanius and then special summon this behind it and make another rank 4. But the only catch of it is you can only special summon Raidraptor monsters for the rest of the turn. But that's not a big deal with the amount of Raidraptors we're actually playing in the deck. Then I'm playing 2 copies of Singing Lanius, because I don't know, I just seem to, the consistency of it, I've been playtesting this deck a lot recently, and with Singing Lanius at 2 in the deck, you're going to get a Lastrix in the first turn, not a Lastrix, a Forstrix in the first turn, and if you control a Raidraptor XYZ monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, or if you control any XYZ monster, you can special summon this card, but you can only special summon Raidraptors for the rest of the turn, which really isn't that big a deal, because again, you're going to go into Forstrix with this. So you overlay with this into Forstrix and then search, and it's fodder for search. It's fodder for overlay. And then the best card personally in the deck next to Ultimate Falcon, I'm playing 3 copies of Lastrix. A lot of you guys are going to say, why are you playing 3 copies? But the reason I'm playing 3 is because I want to get this. The effect of Lastrix is this. If it's on the field, you contribute it to special summon out. Let me show you this combo. you can tribute it to special summon out your Satellite Cannon Falcon. Once you summon your Satellite Cannon Falcon, it summons in defense position and its effects are negated. But that doesn't matter because it's not going to stay around for long, because then I go off into a Skip Force, which I play 3 of, or I go into a Rank Up Magic Astro Force, which I play 1 of in the deck, and I go off into Ultimate Falcon, which when Ultimate Falcon's on the field, it's unaffected by all their card effects, and once per turn, you can make your opponent lose 1,000 life points, and if they control a monster, if they don't control a monster. If they do control a monster, they make all their monsters lose 1,000 attack. So it's a 35 beater, then it becomes a 45 beater, and it can become a 55 beater if you play it right, but it usually doesn't last that long, because your opponent, unless they make Utopia Lightning, they really can't get past it. But let's talk about that in a minute. Finally, drop that. I play 2 copies of Summoner Monk because I do want to go for Lastrix, or not Lastrix. I keep saying Lastrix, Forstrix a lot, and so I go for this, or if I want to go into like a Direwolf, or say Key Beetle, or even Digusto Emerald, it's just a generic rank 4s that I go for. And that's it for the monsters. Let's get into the spells. So first off, I play 2 copies of Allure of Darkness because it is at 2 and it makes this deck super speedy. I play 2 copies of Twin Twister. Yes, I'm still proxying them. I hate back row. And if I go into Ultimate Falcon and pop your back row, you're going to cry. Big time. Then I play 3 copies of Rank Up Magic Skip Force. This lets you rank up your Raidraptor XYZ monsters by 2 levels. So if you say have a Forstrix, it will let you go for Ultimate or Revolution Falcon. If you have Revolution Falcon, it'll let you go for Satellite Cannon Falcon. If you have Satellite Cannon Falcon, it'll let you go for Ultimate Falcon. So that is the combos right there, is Force to Revolution, Revolution to Satellite, Satellite to Ultimate. And then if they release a 12, you can go for a 12. But that's, I usually don't use the second effect, but I can read it for you guys. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard and 1 Raidraptor XYZ, or 1 Raidraptor monster from your graveyard, then target 1 Raidraptor XYZ monster in your graveyard and special summon it. The only time I really do that is if I've got a Forstrix in grave and I want to go for a Revolution Falcon or something like that. I don't use it all that much unless, say, I have, somehow they killed my Ultimate Falcon, I'll go for this. And it's still unaffected by card effects, even if it doesn't have XYZs. So it's very rare that this is going to get killed, but this is a failsafe in case it does get killed. But I don't do that often. Then I play 3 copies of Soulshave Force. Soulshave Force is you pay half your life points, you target a Raidraptor monster in your graveyard, you special summon it, and you rank it up by 2. So essentially, let's say you did Lastrix, a big combo. Let me show you a big combo in this deck that I love. I will normal summon this, okay? I'll normal this, and I'll tribute it, and this will go away. And then I'll go for this, and I'll get a Satellite Cannon Falcon. And then, once I get Satellite Cannon Falcon, I'll get Rank Up Magic Skip Force, and go up a rank, and get Ultimate Falcon. And then I can detach from this to make all my opponent's monsters lose 1,000 attack. So I'll detach this, then I'll do Soulshave Force to bring this back. And then I'll rank up into my second Ultimate Falcon. So double Ultimate Falcon, 7,000 attack. GG? Just a little bit. So Soulshave Force is pretty staple in the deck. The other combo is that you can go for Cyber Dragon Infinity with this, which I do sometimes if I want to control a little bit more than, you know, just OTK the shit out of you. But I do usually just go for the second Ultimate Falcon with this, which really isn't overplaying. But then I play 1 copy of Doom Double. With Doom Double, I never really understood it, so I took it out for a little while, and then I realized I was watching somebody else's video, and they were like, well, you can go into Forstrix and put it in attack position and then swing with it, and if it dies, you can go for Satellite Cannon Falcon. And I was like, holy shit, that is legit. You can do that. So I put it back in at 1, and it's searchable by Tribute Lanius, so 1 copy of Doom Double. And then I play 1 copy of Rank Up Magic Astro Force. because it lets me add it back to my hand during the standby phase instead of conducting a normal draw. And with all the searches in this deck, you really don't need to draw all that much. Once you get your plays going, you pretty much will have everything in your hand. I went from having nothing in my hand, drawing one card, having 2 Lastrix on field, to having 6 cards in my hand, like nobody's business with this deck. So this deck searches like crazy, and you will get your searches off. It is friggin' ridiculous. So that's it for the spells. Let's get into the traps. I don't play a lot of traps in this deck. I play 1 copy of Torrential just in case I need to blow board, and this is unaffected, so I make this, blow up board, and swing for 35, and then you lose 1,000 on top of that at the end phase because you didn't have any monsters. Bottomless because it's bottomless. Vanities because I guess it's vanities. 1 strike because I don't need it all that much because I'm usually going to go into Ultimate Falcon immediately. But if you don't have strike, you can always play what I play behind this, and that's warning. So, warning. 2 copies of Icarus Attack because everything is a wing beast, and you have enough stuff that you can sacrifice it. You really can. And then 2 copies of Raidraptor's Gust, because having an Ultimate Falcon just isn't quite enough sometimes when they activate something and they're like, hey, I'm going to try and push, but you're just like, nope. If they activate a spell or trap card while you control a Raidraptor monster, you can negate the activation and destroy it. But with Twin Twister plus that, they're not going anywhere. They're just not. Then for the extra deck, guys, here's what I'm playing. I'm playing 2 copies of Raidraptor Ultimate Falcon. If this card is face up on the field, it is affected by no other card effects. It's borderline God card. I consider this to be a God card. And if you control, or once per turn, you can detach a card from it to make your opponent's monsters lose 1,000 attack points. And during the end phase, if they don't control a monster, and this has a Raidraptor XYZ on it, which if you didn't detach, you can make your opponent lose 1,000 life points or make all their monsters go down by 1,000 if they control monsters. If they don't control monsters, they mandatorily take 1,000 damage. So 2 of those. 2 copies of Satellite Cannon Falcon. Satellite Cannon Falcon is amazing. And I almost built the deck when Satellite Cannon Falcon came out, but I didn't. I knew Ultimate Falcon was coming, but so I waited for it. If this card is XYZ summon with a Raidraptor material, you can destroy all spell or trap cards your opponent controls. So it essentially Harpy Feather Dusters your opponent. And your opponent cannot activate any cards in response to that. So it's really, really good. And during your opponent's turn, during either player's turn, you can detach a card from this to target 1 monster your opponent controls and reduces attack points by 800 points for every single Raidraptor monster in your graveyard. So it's freaking ridiculous. So Raidraptors, once you get ranked up with them, they get stupid. Then I only play 1 copy of Revolution Falcon because I play later 2 Infinities. With Revolution Falcon, it just says to hell with all your special summon monsters. If it attacks a special summon monster, I believe it goes down. I don't make this that much. I think it goes down to 0 if it attacks a special summon monster at the beginning of the battle phase, or the beginning of the damage step. It reduces attack to 0. And you can detach a card to target 1 monster your opponent controls and destroy it. And if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the original monster's attack. But you can also detach a card from this card, and this card can attack all cards your opponent controls. But with 2,000 attack, you really don't want to do that all that much. Then I play 3 copies of Raidraptor 4 Strix. With Raidraptor 4 Strix, essentially all it does is search, but it can get really big, and it is a wall. With 2,000 defense and 100 attack, it's not that great, but this card gains 500 attack for every single wing beast monster you control other than this card, and once per turn you can detach 1 XYZ from this card to add 1 dark wing beast monster from your deck to your hand. So you got to play 3 of these if you're going to build this deck. That's it for the Raidraptors. I'll put them up top so you can still see them, and we will move on. I play 2 copies of Infinity because you can rank up into it. I know I'm proxying them. I don't have them. I'm waiting for the Megatins. Then I play 1 copy of 66 because everything's dark. And sometimes you want to protect your 4 Strix so you can get that extra search, or protect maybe a Satellite Cannon Falcon. Then I play 1 copy of Xeraphine because everything except for Summoner Monk is a wing beast and you can make it, and Skill Drain is hilarious, and this is humongous. One direwolf because I'm not afraid to pop my own stuff. With being able to special summon like crazy, I can special summon a singing, pop it, and then pop something on your field. So really good. Castell because everything's rank 4 except for Lastrix, which isn't going to be overlaid with at all anyways. And one copy of Emerald because Emerald recycles everything, and that is the complete extra deck. With Emerald, you really just want to recycle either your Lastrix or put back maybe an Ultimate Falcon or put back maybe a Forstrix. I put back Forstrix a lot, and I put back Satellite Cannon Falcon a lot. So that's pretty much it. That's the complete Raidraptor deck. I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. I really love this deck, and I've been playtesting this deck for probably about a month now, and it's just so much fun because it's like almost playing Towers. Like, this thing could challenge Towers. Um, it's just so damn good. Because you make it and your opponent, like, I've had people that I made it on Dev Pro, and people just quit. They just quit because I made Ultimate Falcon, and they're like, well, I can't beat it. I don't have Utopia Lightning, because Utopia Lightning is literally the only card, and if I can make multiples of these, and you don't have Prime or Ray in your extra deck, you're done. It's over. You can't beat it. But this is Dark Arm Duelist, and I hope you liked the deck profile. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And I'm Dark Arm Duelist, and I'm out.